So, hi guys, welcome to Code Explorer. Here I am Pavitra Banerjee with you, and from today I am going to start a new playlist dedicated to front-end development projects. Okay, because as you know that not only the knowledge of programming any programming language are sufficient to get a job, you have to do projects. So here you can see that I have built so many projects for now, and I have also some projects in my GitHub repo which I have not yet added yet here. So I will definitely add those here also. And from today we will learn that how we can build this project. Okay. So today we will build our first front-end projects using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. So for that I will choose the BMI calculator. So let's take a look here that how this looks like. So as you can see that I am inside my portfolio website, and here you can see so if you try to inspect it, you can, because I have stopped the right click on my website, okay, to protect my codes. So this page is totally responsive also. Okay. So let's start that how we can build these types of project. So if you uh, type your height here, so for now my height is 163 centimeter and I'm approximately 65 kilograms. So if I hit the calculate BMI, that I can see that my BMI is 24.46 and I am normal. Okay. So how you can build this basically. Okay. So as you can see that this is an BMI calculator. So BMI stands for body mass index. Okay. So let's start how we can build this project. So doing that, we have to create a. I will want to create a new file here, folder here. So uh, front end. Okay. Then I will simply right click on it and I will open it with my VS Code. So you can see that I am inside of my VS Code right now. So here first I want to create a new folder here inside, name BMI calculator. Okay. So as you can see that I have successfully created my BMI calculator folder here inside my front end folder. Okay. Now I have to add three files inside it. One for, I will give it name of index.html. It will be for the HTML file, and then I will add another file here which will be for CSS. So I will give it a name of style.css, and we need another file which is for JavaScript. So we will give it a name of script.js. Okay. So you can see here that we have three files inside our BMI calculator folder. So I think you have already know that to get the basic boilerplate of HTML file, we have to simply hit Shift plus 1 inside of my VS Code. So hit enter. You can see it, and I will give it a name to uh, BMI calculator. Okay. So now I want to make it live. So for now, as I have not added anything, so you can see that it is blank totally. So now we have to see that what are the components here inside mine. So here you can see that first I will write the HTML code totally. Okay. So you can see that there is an written here that advanced PMI calculator. So I have to create that first. So for doing that, I will use Mm, okay, let me first tell you that for I have told you already that my uh, page is totally responsive, mobile responsive, and every type of responsive. It is responsive for different screen size device. So how I have built that? So I have built that using Bootstrap. Okay. So if you want to use Bootstrap, then you have to first insert the Bootstrap CDN link. So simply click link here, and then in the href I have to add the link of the Bootstrap CDN for CSS. So that is for basically I know, so I will simply type it. So it is https maxcdn dot bootstrapcdn.com. Okay, bootstrapcdn.com slash bootstrap slash we will use the 4.5.2 version of Bootstrap. So simply write that. Then I will use CSS, and then again bootstrap min.css. Okay, so this is our link of the Bootstrap for this CSS file, Bootstrap CDN file. Okay, so if you simply follow link, you can open it. Sorry, I have typed the wrong URL. So it is Bootstrap, STRAP, so bootstrapcdn.com. Okay, so let's have a look. Here you can see that this is our bootstrap min.css file. We have already imported it inside my code. Okay, so the whole code is defined here. We have not to worry about that. We will simply import this code inside my code. So just simply go to the body section here. So here we have already seen that we have used Bootstrap. So when you will use Bootstrap, there it is a mandatory thing that the whole code you will write of your for your HTML file, you have to insert it inside of a single div. Okay, and you have to give it a name, class name, which is container, and it will make your whole HTML page fully totally responsive. Okay, so let's create that. So I will simply dot container. If you hit, I will hit it, you can see that by default VS Code is giving me the div with it. Okay, so simply now here I have already told you that you can see uh, that we have an advanced BMI calculator written here. So first we will insert that. Okay, and it is inside and it is center also, you have to remind it. So what will you do? We have an bootstrap class name to make any text center. Okay, so we will simply use that. So we will use the h1 tag, and I will use class, and that is text center. Okay, and then I will use the right advanced BMI calculator. Advanced BMI calculator. Okay, and now if you go to my website, you can see that advanced BMI calculator is printed here. Okay, so this is working perfectly. Now take a look to the another section. So here you can see that here we have an height, which may be a label, and then we are taking input from the user, so we have to create an input box. Then we have same type of things, we will simply copy paste it, and then we have a calculate BMI button. Okay, so let's create it. So to create that, we have to uh, create and div here again. Okay, and I want to give the class name of a bootstrap class for form group. Okay, it will basically help us to create forms like page. Okay. And then I will hit enter, and there I will use label, which is for basically let's suppose I am first, you can see that there I am taking height, so I will write height here. Okay, and here I will ask the user to input their height. So uh, I will simply write height, and I will tell them to insert it as a centimeter one. Okay, so you can see that we have created it. Sorry, height one spelling mistake. And now we have to create the input section again, to take the input from the user. So we will take number as an input, so we will change the type as number, and we will also add some attributes there. So I want to give it a class name here first. So simply I will add the bootstrap class here the hmm, uh, for the input section. There will be form control. Okay, let's suppose form control, and then I want to make it required, because the user should input this. Okay, and that's okay. So I will simply terminate it. So now take a look here, that is it perfectly working? Yes, here you can see that the user can input here. Okay, you can see. Okay, here this is now taking inputs. So now we have to just simply, I will just simply copy it, and I will simply paste it again, because, and for now I have to take the input for weight. Okay, and I will uh, taking input as kg, kilograms, so I have to give that, and I want to use a colon here, and here also I want to give a colon. Okay, so I think this should be working. Yes, here you can see that the user can give input that they are 123, let's suppose centimeter, and they are 45 kgs. Okay, the user is now able to give the input. Okay, so now what we have to create, so we have to create a button here. Okay, okay, let's create it. So for before doing that, I want to format it, the document. Okay, so you can see that I have already formatted my document, and here inside this I want to create a button here, and the button will be basically a bootstrap button. So I want to give it a class name for btn, and then I want to give btn success, and button block, btn block I want to give it. And here I want to create the button basically for by uh, calculate bmi, calculate bmi. Okay, now take a look here, that is it working? Yes, as you can see that now it is shown here. So what if, let's suppose I'm giving an input here, and what if that I calculate bmi, it is doing nothing, because we have not added any javascript functionality with it, so we will do it later. Now we have to complete our HTML file. So let me see that what is behind here. So now we have to give this type of. So by default, please allow me to refresh the page. Okay, now this is blank. That you can see when this is blank, you have to take that your BMI is blank, you are blank, and your ideal weight range is blank. So we will calculate it, and by that using JavaScript we will add that. Okay, so but we have to create this. Okay, so let's create this. So we have already added our button here. Hmm, okay, now I want to create an result this. Okay, so dot result I want to create. Okay, and here I want to create an using p tag. Basically I will use a p tag, paragraph tag, and this will say that your BMI is okay, and then it will be blanked again. Then we will use another I will use another p tag, and then we have to write basically you are, which category you are basically, and then I want to create another p tag to suggest him that okay, your ideal weight range, your ideal weight range. Okay, you can see that we have created that this. So let's take a look here that how it's looking here. Okay, it's looking perfectly. We need as you can see here that there is an horizontal line there, so I will simply add an hr tag here after this. So now this should work. Okay, you can see that there is a horizontal line here. Okay, so I think now it is the structure of this is ready basically. So now take a look that now we have to basically create this calculate BMI button activate. So how we can do that? So we have to use the JavaScript to make it perfect, to make it working. So let's see how we can do that. Okay, so before adding this JavaScript function here, we have to insert two more JavaScript CDN links. Basically, I will use the jQuery CDN link by HS library, and then I will use the Bootstrap min.js, which is for 4.5.2 version. Okay, for of Bootstrap. So I will simply copy this uh, because I think the link will be same. So I will basically adding a script tag here, script source, and I will paste it, and this will be bootstrap min.js, and here we have to write bootstrap.js. Okay, I think this is ready, and we have to use another CDN link of the Ajax library of. So we have to add this link also. So we have to go to ajax dot googleapis.com/ajax slash libraries, that is live slash jQuery slash 3.5.1 we have, sorry, 3.5.1 slash jQuery dot min dot js. Okay, now take a look here that is this link working or not. So I will simply open it again to see that it's working or not. Yes, you can see that this CDN link is working. So I have typed perfectly. So now we have to write the um, JavaScript tags. Um, so how we can do that here? Let me think once that what I have done yet and what we have to do. So we have to uh, give this some IDs here, okay? Because while we using JavaScript, we want to create use the document get element by ID function. Okay, so what I will do? I will simply give it a ID name which will be height, and here I will give it another ID here which will be weight. Okay, and okay, so now let's start our JavaScript function here. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. So first I want to create a function calculate BMI which will be responsible to make the button working and it will calculate the BMI perfectly. Okay, so I will write function, then calculate BMI, sorry, calculate BMI, then we have okay. So now what we can do? So basically we have to first take the input values here. So I will write a comment here, get input values. Okay, so now we have to create that let height equals to height height equals to we want to get the document dot so get element by ID method we will use to get the ID which is height. Okay, and for the same I want to create another let weight. Okay, let weight equals to get document by ID weight. Okay, so let me think once that if I doing anything wrong. Mhm. So basically take a look here that where we will use this input tag to take input from the user, basically it will create an uh, string. Okay, and using string we can use the mathematical operations there. So we have to first make it uh, float values or integers values. So maybe our numbers may be as float values, so I want to use the parsing sorry, not parse float function. Okay, parse float function to make them uh, 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 float values. Okay, so what will I do? I will simply write the parse float and then I will give it an here and I have to end it here. So the same goes for here also. We have to use the parse sort function again here, and we have to close it here. Okay, as you can see that we have already done it. Hmm. So and we have to use the value of this function, right? So value of this get element by ID, which will be value basically. So we have to take the value of this function. So simply I will use the dot value function here to fetch the value. Okay, so now let's move to the next. So now I want to create a new file here, also new comment line here. So I want to create now the calculate BMI, calculate BMI here. So let BMI equals to. So let me tell you that basically how we can calculate the BMI. So there is a mathematical formula to calculate our BMI using our height and weight. When height will be in centimeter and weight will be in kgs, at the time we can use that uh, weight by height divided by 100 whole square. Okay, so now try that. So I will write weight divided by height. Sorry, I have to use bracket here because I have to give another bracket, because height by 100 it will be inside one, and we have to also make it square. Okay, so simply, sorry. Okay, you can see that we have created our BMI function here. Okay, now you can see that our BFY is basically number right now when we are using the first sort function. Okay, you can see when you will hover on it that the first sort function basically converts a string to a floating point number. Okay, so this is a very useful JavaScript function we can use inside of our code when we will working with any numbers. Okay, so now let's move to my HTML file again. Let's take a look here. uh, okay, as I have already defined the BMI here, so I have to print the BMI here also. So what will I do? I have to use uh, the span. I will use the span here, and I will give an ID name which will be BMI. Okay, this BMI will basically give fetch this data from here, and it will use this, it will be printed here. Okay, so let me create something that okay, let me create the categories. We have to create the categories. Okay, so for doing that I will simply let category uh, no, we will not use this again. So let category, I am defining this, and now we have to use this, that if we will use the if else if conditional statement to create this category list. Okay, so let's take a look here. What we can do? So if our BMI is sorry, if our BMI is less than 18.5, okay, so at that time we can say that at that time our category will be let's suppose underweight. Okay, so now we have to use the else if condition. Else if our BMI is greater than 25, at that time we will say that category will be normal. The category will be normal at that time. Okay, now what if that else if our BMI is greater than 30? Okay, at that time what we can say? At that time we can say that our category will be basically it will be obese. We can say obese. it will be obvious. And what is that it's not anything, so at the time we will say else. Our category will be at the time uh, will be obvious, and I want to create an overweight here. Okay, let me create overweight here. Okay, so as you can see that we have already defined our categories here. We have already created this, so we have to print our categories also. So how we can do that? So here you are inside this UR section, we will simply create a span again, and we will use an ID name which will be category. Okay. Yes, and now we have to create the ideal weight range, right? Okay, as you can see that we have one more missing here, so we have to create the ideal weight range here. So let me create that. So I will create another comment here. Ideal weight range here. I have to create it, and here I will define basically two. I will define. I have to define the weight range. So range, we have to define two variables here. Okay, one will be minimum weight and one will be maximum weight. So let's take a look. I want to create an mean weight variable here, and it will be basically 18.5 uh, into uh, height by 100, and it will be up to. Okay, it will be our minimum height, and I have to create same. Let maximum height. Okay, we have to create height, and we have to give it 24.9 according to who. Okay, according to who, which we have already known that our basically the we can calculate this ideal weight range using this formula, that our minimum BMI should be 18.5 and maximum normal BMI maybe should be 24.9. Okay, this is our normal range. Okay, so this is our normal range BMI, 18.5 to 24.9 is our normal BMI. So basically this is our weight range variables. We have already created it. So let's take a look that we have to what we have to do. We have to display it also, right? Okay, so I have created it. Okay, so let's think about that. We can create another variable basically, that will be range. Okay, I want to create range variable here. Okay, so let's create a result, display result. Display result. So display result will be for displaying our results to our user. Okay, so how we can create that? So as you know that when we are using any variables that may be vary, so at the time we have to use the dollar sign. So we will simply use the dollar sign, and we will create an uh, BMI. Okay, so okay, so now you can see that we have to create. I have already created this variable name which we have defined here, which is our BMI ID here, and we are saying that put this BMI ID inside this HTML, and it will be basically our BMI. Okay, which we have already defined. Okay, now same we will use another variable which will be basically for category. For our category we have to create put this value to our html category. Okay, so as you can see that we have already done it, and now we have to use this. Okay, so let me create something first. So I will use this, and then I will simply give it an id name which will be range basically. Okay, let's suppose that it is our range. Then inside of the html we have to put the range, and we have not defined our range here. So what we have to do, minimum height, minimum height plus we have to give it an uh, string. We have want to give it an height basically, and space bar hyphen basically, and then I want to give it another plus sign. Then we have to give it maximum height. Okay, so maximum height, and then what we can do, uh, and then we have to just I want to just simply add another string which will be basically kg, because the range will be in kg. Okay, so now I will simply use another span tag here, which id name will be range. Okay, I think it should work. Okay, so now how we can use our this javascript function in our html file. So we have to add the uh, calculate bmi button here, right? And one thing I have missed, that we have to link our script and script tag and css tag. So I will simply using the link tag again, which will be for style.css, and I want to insert our script tag here, which will be for script.js. Okay, now if we uh, what is the query is our button here. So here our button is, so we want to use another html5 function which is on click. So I want to use this on click function, and I want to redirect it to our this calculate bmi function. Okay, so I have to write it the calculate bmi function. Okay, so now I think this should work. So now take a look here, that how this is looking like. So let's see that I want to give my height as 163 and my weight is 65. Now calculate BMI. Okay, now this is working, but you can see that there are some problems here, right? Yes, the float value is taking too much. We have seen, we have to fix it. Okay, so go to our script tag, script code here, just script.js, and I want to use and to fixed. Yes, to fixed. Here you can see, and I want only two numbers. Okay, yes. So now what if that we move here, and I am simply inserting my value as 163 and 65 kg. Now let's, now you can see that, yeah, this is giving us only two numbers after the point, after the floating values. Okay, so this is the two fixed value function is basically used to fix the, you can see, returns a string responding a number in fixed point notation. Okay, inside of the fixed point position we want two digits. So basically it is returning us two digits. So for the category section we don't need anything, and for here we want to give it another two fixed, and I want it as also two, and here I want another two fixed method which will give us two. Okay, so now I think this should work. Let's take a look. 163 and then 65, then calculate BMI. As you can see that it is basically now working perfectly. So we have added our uh, JavaScript function inside our HTML code, and this is now working perfectly. Okay, so now how I can style basically. So let me allow to give here, and here let me allow to print 163 and 65, and then hit calculate BMI. Here you can see that these are basically uh, in bold. Okay, so we have to make it bold. I will make it bold. Okay, so for that we have to go to our style.css file. Here you can see that we have created a class result, so I want to hit target this class result, and here I want to create sorry, here we have to create that our margin top. I want to create a margin top, and this will be basically 20 pixel, let's suppose. Sorry, 20 pixel. Okay, then I want that its font size will be 16 pixel, let's suppose. Basically this is the ideal font size of any web development phase, not for the production phase. So now I want an padding top here, padding top of 20 pixel again, let's suppose. Okay, and now I want an border top. Okay, so border top maybe for 1 pixel solid, and its color should be CCC, which is for black. Okay, this is very good. So now take a look here how this is looking like. Okay, so now this is looking perfectly, but it is making some problems due to our this hr tag we have used inside our code. So I want to remove this hr tag. So now if I go back here, you can see that now this is working perfectly. Okay, so now you can see that. Okay, let me go here again. So for now I want to uh, basically give it a margin bottom here inside this p tags. Okay, so for doing that I have to target our result p, then bracket, and margin bottom I want it's a 5 pixel, let's suppose. And as you have already seen that we have used our span tag here. So inside of this span tag I want basically this should be bold. Okay, so let me create this. So dot result span. Okay, now this font size, font weight, basically font weight should be bold. Okay, so now take a look here. Okay, so now I want to give this 163 as my height and 65 as my weight. So now let's see. Okay, as you can see that this is now working perfectly. Okay, so Okay, I want to add something like here, which will be basically placeholders. Okay, I want to add placeholders here inside our input tag. So go to here, and here I want to add an placeholder. Placeholder will be enter your height. Okay, and here I want also a placeholder, and this will be enter your weight. Okay, so let's see if it's working or not. Yes, now you can see that this is working perfectly. So what I want, basically I think you should give an footer credit section here also. So let me create one. Okay, so I will simply create an footer section here. Inside this footer you can write copyright and copy 2023. I want to, okay, let's suppose I want to use an anchor tag here. Inside there I want to use my uh, own website link. Nah, so Picture banners g dot news google dot org, and I want to write my own name here, which will be Pavitra Banerjee. Okay, uh, let's see. Okay, it is not working perfectly. Um, so using Control S, so just simply cut it, and I want to use and center tag here first. And inside of this center tag, I want to use this. Now this should work. Yes, now this is working, and we can basically using the footer section, we can, what we can do here. Okay, so I am just simply removing my name here, and I want to use a span tag here, and inside of the span I want to write my name, and I want to add an style attribute here, and inside of the style attribute I want to add basically color, which will be, let's suppose, crimson. Okay, okay, now take a look if it is working or not. Yes, you can see that this is working. And now here I want an style tag inside here. Background color, let's suppose it is this. So now take a look here. Okay, so now this is working, but I want to add something here also. Mm, so I want to add some padding top here, which will be of 10 pixel, and I want to add padding bottom also, which will be for 10 pixel. Okay, so now take a look. Okay, this is now working perfectly, and I want to give it an uh, basically uh, I want to give the result tag some margin bottom. Okay, so here inside of this result tag I want to give it some margin as bottom, which will be, let's suppose, for 50 pixels. Let's see if it's working or not. what what's wrong with it? Okay, so as you can see that now this is basically working, and this looks good right now according to me for now. And if I input, give input and hit calculate BMI, it is working perfectly. Okay, so I think you guys have understood that what we have done here. So this is for today, and this is our first HTML, CSS, and JavaScript project which we have written from scratch, and we have described it to you guys, and you guys have understood that how you can create these types of tools. Basically, this is a tool you can use in your day-to-day life, and you can showcase this as your project also. So this will be very helpful for you. So if this video is helpful for you, so then please hit the like button, because you can understand, you can realize that how much uh, struggle I have done to done this video, record this video. And this is uh, totally fun for me and maybe fun for you guys. So if you want this type of content every day, so please subscribe our channel and comment down that you want this type of video, then I will definitely bring these types of video for you guys. So till then, keep watching our channel, stay safe, and happy coding.